Alright. Hello everyone. This is Ultra Dark Slayer. Hope everyone can see me. Let me see. Gotta check. Yep. I'm pretty sure you guys can see me. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Just got back from the movie theater and oh boy, we got a lot to talk about. But first, let's talk about a certain movie I went to go see. It is John Wick Chapter 4. Oh my god. It's an amazing action, martial arts, car chasing, shoot 'em up movie. It's just so good. And this will be my first review on this, and it's just so amazing. You guys gotta go watch it, cause like the choreographic of this movie was like point on point on point on point on point, and my god, the action sequence was crazy from beginning, and then it took a little break, and then it picked up again. It was like, oh my god, they did such a wonderful job. And they did pay a tribute to the late actor Mr. Riddick, who passed away during during the time when they did the premieres, and he passed away over at his studio home, age 60. So my condolences to him and his family, and you will be missed, because I already see a lot of people posted up TikTok videos and short YouTube videos in Destiny 2, paying their respects to this wonderful actor, wonderful voice actor, and it was just too soon for him to go. But and yeah, they even give his character a final goodbye, and it really like hit me that his character went that way, and that's like the close chapter for his character and him as an actor too. So, but my god, the movie was just so wonderful, wonderfully shot, different angles, and my god, Keanu Reeves, man. I remember watching Keanu Reeves from his early days of acting. If it was, The Adventures of Bill and Ted, the movie Speed, The Matrix, um, other films that he did, and then coming back in The Matrix. But man, I think this series that Keanu Reeves did within the franchise of John Wick is just so amazingly done. My tip of the hat to you, good sir. But yeah, please go watch the movie, guys. Go watch John Wick. I'm giving this 5 power coins. Yeah, 5 power coins to this movie. 5 out of 5. 5 stars, whatever you want to call it. But go watch the movie if you're a fan of action, martial arts, guns blazing, like a revenge type story type thing. It's like it's just amazing. Go watch it, guys. Now to the next topic about Power Rangers. I hope you guys saw the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always trailer. And my God, when I saw it dropped a couple days ago, I'm ready to watch this mini movie that they're doing for Netflix, just to close the final chapter, the final door of the Power Rangers franchise. And it's cool that they pay homage to the wonderful actors that was the Yellow Ranger toy train, and and it's also going to be actually pretty cool to see her legacy move on with this new character who plays the daughter of Trini to become the new Yellow Ranger of the team. And and this mini movie of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is going to be awesome. And this is the mini movie that's going to kick off the new and final season of Power Rangers, which is Cosmic Fury, which I'm excited to watch too. And we'll see what happens. And yeah, let's just see what happens in both this mini movie and the show, because I'm excited. Of course, that we won't get to see Jason David Frank, because a lot of people had explained that Jason David Frank is not involved in the show anymore because he's tired of covering his tattoos that he had. And plus, it was already too late because they were still filming, but during that time, that's when Jason David Frank was gone, and and we'll see what happens. Who is going to be the sixth Ranger within Billy and Zach's team? Because we know that Rocky's coming back. We know that Cat's coming back, and of course, the daughter of Trini will take the mantle as the Yellow Ranger. But we'll see what happens, because there's a lot of things that I want to know what happened during that time, because the comic book series is still going. The comic book series is going crazy too. But yeah, so that's my take on both. Both the movie that I watched, which was John Wick Chapter 4. Go watch it, and I'm excited about this upcoming mini movie for Netflix. So let's get into some gaming news that I want to go over with. I know on my last video I said the name wrong instead of the actual person who was in charge of Xbox, which is Phil Spencer. Sorry for all those that actually caught it. I even caught it myself. I said Jim Ryan. I meant to say Phil Spencer. But lately, I've been seeing like these past few days after the last video I did, there was more reports about the deals that's been going on, and already 2 more deals today. It's being rumored that Xbox and Microsoft wants to hand out to these companies for cloud gaming, but that's not set in stone yet. But now that a lot of people already that went over to this event for Redfall had gave their honest opinions about the game, and they all loved it. They all love Redfall. I'm excited for Redfall. I want to play that game too, and of course the company that are behind Redfall are trying to make this request to make sure that that the online feature is not there anymore. So they'll try to make sure everything's since people like to play first player, because I know that everybody had tried playing first player and they loved it, playing them by themselves, of course. And then I'm pretty sure later they did it with their friends. But yeah, they're trying to take that requirement of staying online for this game. I mean, there's been a lot of online games that are required to stay online, like World of Warcraft, Destiny, what else? Overwatch, and games like that. But they're trying to to take out that feature, so when you're playing by yourself, you don't have to worry about playing with other people. I mean, even though that is the goal for this game, to play with other people, but it's also a goal that you can try it out for yourself in single player. So, without that, there was also been reports already that saying that, of course, the Sony fanboys are using this as an excuse that, they took Redfall from us. They're taking an exclusive away from us. It's like, yeah, this game wasn't on the table when Sony signed a contract to take Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo for a year. I mean now, since Deathloop is on the Xbox where it's supposed to be, and now it's Ghostwire Tokyo is gonna be on Xbox and Game Pass next month, plus an additional content for Xbox. I'm pretty sure they're also gonna that the PlayStation 5 version is also gonna get that content too, because it's on their system. And and yeah, ever since then, that wasn't on the table for Redfall and Starfield, because during that time period when Bethesda was being bought, they did show off Redfall to Microsoft and Xbox and say, hey, we have a PS5 version of this game, should we make it for them? And of course, Phil Spencer and the rest of Xbox said, no, trash it. We want this game on our ecosystem within Xbox, within the PC, and within Game Pass. So I don't know why a lot of people are being so mad and petty about that. And then of course the Sony fanboys are tweeting and hashtagging about this report to make sure that the deal doesn't happen between Xbox and Activision. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, because again, there was no contract on Redfall and Starfield, since now these two games are exclusively for Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. So I don't know why a lot of fanboys are so butthurt, having a tantrum like if they were some babies. It's like, I mean, Sony has exclusives too from other companies, and even from third party companies. I mean, look how much of a massive deal that they have with Square Enix. I mean, we're not going to get Final Fantasy 16. We're not going to get the Final Fantasy 7 remake on the Xbox. They're all going to PlayStation and PC. If it's going on PC, then we might as well just play it off of the PC then, or hell, we might as well just get a PlayStation 5 in order to play these games, and so be it, because that's what I'm going to do. I mean, my Xbox Series X is my main console. I played both the first party and third party on my Xbox, and then once I get a PS5, probably wait for the Pro version. I'll just get the PS5, play both Final Fantasy 7 games when they're out, and the Final Fantasy 7 remakes, and then also play Final Fantasy 16. I mean, if they're going to be exclusive Japanese titles, are not going to hit on the Xbox, even though Xbox is trying to get more Japanese game titles onto the Xbox. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be other titles that are not being allowed to go on Xbox, so I might as well just, play all of my Japanese games, and selective first party titles on the PS5, like the Spider-Man franchise or the new Wolverine game, or and right now it's just being ridiculous that Sony fanboys are whining and complaining about Redfall, whining and complaining about Starfield, that it's not going to show up on PlayStation. And they use the term that what Phil Spencer said in like a year or two, about that you can play these games anywhere. When he meant anywhere, he meant in the ecosystem. Phil Spencer said you can play it anywhere within our ecosystem. It could be on an Xbox, it could be on a PC, it could be on your phone, it could be on a tablet, it can be on your Samsung TV. I mean, it's just that they're not listening what people in Xbox are saying. It's whatever. And now it seems that the CMA and the EU, they are ready to say, okay, Microsoft, I guess this is all we have to say, and I guess everything seems fine, and clunk clunk, you guys got ownership from our vote that you should, take Activision, Blizzard, and Kings. And then Sony's gonna look terrible because, like I said, well, what everywhere said, that what Jim Ryan said that we don't want Call of Duty, we just want the merger to be blocked. And and if you know and once that's closed, of course the FTC right here in the United States, if the FTC has seen all these reports that the UK and and the rest of Europe saying that they have approved this, then that means the FTC has no case. There's no reason for this case to go forward. So yeah, guys. I mean, if Sony doesn't take the 10-year deal, it's gonna look bad for their company. And funny enough, that why is the FTC defending a Japanese company while Microsoft is an American company? I mean, I understand that Sony is a great company with what they do, but there's sometimes they do it in a bad way, and I mean it's competition. It's competition. I mean, I think Sony should really rethink to just take the 10-year deal, or else Microsoft will say, "Oh, now you want the 10-year deal?" I don't think so. Sorry. That is what's going to happen if they don't take the 10-year deal. Microsoft will say, "No, you're kind of too late. All these other companies, they have the 10-year deal. I gave you a chance, guys. Now you won't have Call of Duty on your platform." And that's when they also said that make a competitive game against Call of Duty. I mean, they could have kept going on making Killzone. They could have kept making more Resistance or bring back Soulcom. I mean, those are the three titles that they can go back on. But again, their revenue that they get to make their first party games is off from Call of Duty. I mean, yeah. So that's all I got now, guys. If Sony doesn't rewind and just take the 10-year deal, this will hurt Sony financially, and the only ones who will have Call of Duty are the ones that Microsoft did with these companies. And speaking of which, I have read and heard that there were 6 marketing gaming companies that enjoy working with Xbox than Sony. So that's not a good thing either, because this could bite Sony really bad, and it's not looking good, guys. So I really think that Sony should reconsider on taking the 10-year deal and just see what happens from there, because I have no other words to say, because if they don't take this 10-year deal, they're going to regret it. They are going to regret it. So that's all the news I have, guys. And so tell me what you think, guys. Are you gonna go watch John Wick this weekend? Are you gonna watch the Power Rangers special that's coming out next month? And what do you think about this whole thing? Because I do about the Xbox and Activision Blizzard deal. Because me personally, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking about this, that Sony is going to lose, and it doesn't look good. I see that Xbox will own this company and put, of course, all the Call of Duty games on Game Pass, all of the other Activision games on Game Pass, finally stepping their foot into the doors of mobile gaming to compete against Apple and Google. And I don't think that it's gonna look good for Sony, because if this happens, there will not be a future for Sony in the next 10 years or so. So Sony, please rethink this. If you don't take this deal, it's game over. Exactly what happened to Sega and other smaller gaming companies, you know. So I should reconsider taking this deal. I mean, if the Sony fanboys are gonna keep whining and complaining and accepting what's going on, then that's on them. So that's enough blabbering for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some Resident Evil 4 remake. Hopefully when the sun goes down. So until next time, guys, this is Social Dark Slayer. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon where you're in the world. Stay safe out there, guys, and take care of yourselves. And goodbye to the late Mr. Riddick. You are a wonderful man. You bring so much excitement within, of course, for the Destiny players and also the franchise of John Wick and other things that you have done. And of course, your cast members are smiling at you, wishing that you were still here. So, peace out, guys.